Hey everybody, we just drove into Kalamazoo, a city that's so cool they actually wrote a song about it. It goes like this. K-A-L-M-I-O-Z-O-O. Boy, I better learn to spell better.
If you like credible colleges, bountiful breweries, creative cuisine, and a diverse downtown all wrapped up in a cool, condensed cosmopolitan culture, Kalamazoo is where you need to congregate. It may be a little hard to spell, but it's easy to love with all of its energy, art, and awesome places to entertain. Kalamazoo is located in southwest Lower Michigan, just north of I-94. Once you find it, I guarantee you'll be there.
Now, if you love guitars, history, and Michigan, here's a place you probably already know about. But if you've never heard of it before, fear not. You're going to find out about it right now.
I'm talking about Heritage Guitars. And if guitars could talk, this is a story they'd love to tell. In 1896, Orville Gibson started building guitars in Kalamazoo. And when the Gibson Guitar Company relocated to Nashville in 1984, a handful of master craftsmen stayed behind, pulled up their guitar straps, and started producing some of the finest instruments ever to hold 6 strings. Before we set out to explore more, I was lucky enough to spend some time with Pete Farmer and get a cool and complete heritage history lesson.
Now, when I think of the guitar DNA that's in this room,
We're in our 100th year of guitar building at this location.
so since
17.
Gibson was here.
That's right.
And they started the whole thing rolling, but Heritage came about.
April 1st of 1985.
How many of the old guys stayed back?
Originally at Heritage, almost all the employees were former Gibson employees. In fact, that was one of the things that they had working in their favor when they started this company, is they had a number of displaced guitar builders to draw from.
And a lot of those guys are still here?
Absolutely, yeah. Jim Derlew works here every single day. Bill Page still works here. Jim Derlew's quite a titan in this industry.
Well, take me back to when it was Gibson. How many guys would be working in this shop building guitars?
In its peak, they had well over 1,000 people working here.
Well, a lot of people don't realize, too, that guitars aren't just factory made. A lot of it is by hand.
Absolutely. In fact, we're one of the companies for sure that probably does more handwork than most companies. We're essentially building guitars exactly the way they did 50, 60 years ago.
Now, to make a guitar, how long does it take usually from beginning to end to actually make a guitar?
Well, we say about 40 man-hours, and that's a pretty rough estimation. The real-time value is more like 6 weeks, and a lot of that has to do with paint and the curing of the paint and stuff. But putting the guitars together, we do that pretty efficiently.
Could you make for me a guitar that has a talent button on it, so that it comes with talent?
I'll tell you, I've been working on that for quite a while, and I'm not quite, don't quite have that nailed yet.
Well, with the echoes of past amplifiers ringing in my head, I set out for an absolutely fascinating tour of the factory that you can take too. And it's amazing how much of these guitars are still handmade and how much tradition has been passed down through the decades. So even if you never intend to pick up a guitar, the Heritage Guitar Factory is a fascinating place to check out. And who knows, you just might become a virtuoso like me.
Oh boy.